Okay, today we're going on to a very important concept of algebra, which is adding and subtracting like terms. Okay, so in algebra, you can only add and subtract what we call like terms. It's written here in the caps, in the capital letters. Now those words, like terms, means that they have the exact same pronumerals in the terms. So, for example here, 4AB and 7BA, they may not be in the same order, but they do both have an A and a B, so they are like terms. So if we look at the examples, example number 1 is 5ABC and minus 8ABC like terms. So do they have all the same letters? They both have an A, they both have a B, they both have a C, and there's no extra ones floating around in there. So yes, they have exactly the same letters. Part B are 12xy squared and 4y squared x like terms. So be careful when you have ones with the squares in there. So in each of those expressions, we have a y squared. That means we've got two y's. Y times y makes y squared. And both expressions have an x. So yes, again, those are like terms. They have exactly the same letters. Part C is 3ab squared and 7a squared b like terms. Well, the first one has a b squared and the second one has an a squared. So remember I said it is important that the squares are in the same place, and this one is not. So no, they are not like terms. Example 2, next type of question. Circle the like terms for each question. So in part A, we're looking for like terms for 4m. So that means any of these ones across here that have just an m in them. They can't have more letters, just an m. So m by itself is a like term. M is in that expression. Also minus m is a like term. 5mn, not a like term because it has an n in it, it has a different letter. Minus 7m, yes, it just has an m. 3m squared, well an m squared is different to an m because that's m times m, that's two m's in there. So it is not a like term. Alright, let's have a look for part B. We want the like terms of minus 2mnp. So each one has to have the m, the n, and the p. So the first one here, mpn, mnp, they're just in a different order, but yes, all the letters are there. The next one, nmq, no, we can't have a q, that one doesn't work. mnp squared, that's got an extra p in it, so that doesn't work. M, N, and P, yes, just in a different order, but yes, they are all in that one. M squared, no, because there's an extra M in there. All right, one more to practice on. This one looks got a lot of stuff in it here. We want a like term for 5a squared b cubed c to the power of 4. So the coefficient at the front is not important. We're just checking that all the letters are the same. So they have to have an a squared b cubed c4. So this one, a squared b, no, not cubed, so that doesn't work. What about this one? A squared, no, doesn't have an a squared, doesn't work. This one, a squared b cubed c, oh, that one works. That one, let's try some other ones. A4, nope, that doesn't work. And a squared, there's no a squared or b cubed, nope, that one doesn't work, so only one of those work. Okay, so once we can identify the like terms, then we actually want to be able to simplify them by adding and subtracting, which is what we're doing here in question 3. So we want to simplify A. In A, it says 7y plus 8y. So first of all, we go, yes, they have the same letter. They are like terms. If they are like terms, all I have to do is add the coefficients. 7 plus 8 is 15y. So it's like saying I have 7 yo-yos plus 8 yo-yos means I have 15 yo-yos. The y doesn't change, I just add the numbers in front. Let's try again for B. Now there's obviously some different terms in here. They're not all like terms. So 6x is a like term. I'm going to put a circle around it. 6x is a like term with the 3x, but don't forget we need to take the symbol in front. That minus sign is important. So those two circled terms there need to collect up. So we're going to do 6x minus 3x. That's why that minus was very important. 6 minus 3 is 3x. Don't ever change the letters. Don't make them x squareds. That just stays as an x. Now also, I'm going to use boxes now. I have an 8y and a plus 7y. So now I'm adding because of that plus sign. 8 plus 7 makes 15y. Okay, so I could do two lots of simplifying, adding the x ones together, or actually we're subtracting, but collecting up the x's and collecting up the y's. Let's keep practicing. The more of these that you do, the easier it will get. So part C, 3mn. Is there any other mn terms? Yes. And nm, remember, is the same. It's just in a different order. So they are like terms. So we have a plus. See the plus here? So it's 3 plus 8. That makes 11. I'm going to put mn. Alphabetical order is usually the default thing to do. Now these other ones though, this is an n and this is an m. They are not like terms, so nothing can happen with those. All we do is we write them down afterwards. So 2n and the minus 5m, we write them down to finish off the question. Part D, 3a squared b. All right, do I have any a squareds, b's? No, those two terms don't match. Okay, what about the next one? 4ab squared? No, that's not an ab squared. None of those terms in there are like terms. So if you see that on the test and you go, well, there's no like terms in there, should you leave it empty? No, definitely not. Then it looks like you have no idea what to do. So if it cannot be simplified, you just write down exactly what the question was again. So 3a squared b plus 4ab squared minus 9ab is the most simple version of that expression. Part E, 7y squared plus 3y minus 3x squared plus 6y. All right, well, looking at the 7y squared, there's no other y squared term, so it can't be collected with anything. The 3y, it's a positive 3y. It has a like term with the 6y, the plus 6y. So I like to always start with my like terms. So 3 plus 6 is 9y. And that 3x squared, it's the only x squared, so it can't be collected with anything. So those two terms there, I'm just going to have to write down afterwards. So that's 7y squared. That's a positive, so put a plus there. Plus 7y squared and the minus 3x squared. Okay, it doesn't matter if you write them in a different order as long as you have the right positive and negative signs in front of the right terms. Okay, F. So minus 2a squared b, we're looking for a squared b's. Oh, this one here is an a squared b. So that one, and see the a squared b just flipped around the other or in the opposite order. So putting those together, minus 2. Now because there's no number here, that would be a 1. Minus 2 plus 1 is a minus 1. Now in algebra, we don't ever write the 1 if it's in front of a letter. So we just go minus a squared b. These two leftover ones are not like terms. They have different pronumerals there. So we're just going to write them down afterwards. Minus 44ab squared and minus 9a squared. So that was a tricky one. Let's go on to question 4. So just practicing, same thing over and over. Okay, so simplify the following by combining like terms. 2a plus 7a. They are like terms. 2 plus 7 makes 9, so it is 9a. Okay, on to B. 15a minus 9a. They are like terms, so I can subtract the coefficients. 15 minus 9 is 6a. Part C. 2x and 5x and 4x, they are all like terms. So 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 4 is 11x. Okay, in D, they are all m terms. So just go through and look at the coefficients. 4 minus 1, because there's no number there, so that's 3, plus another 3 makes 6m. Part E, we have some x terms here that go together, so 8x and minus 2x. 8 minus 2 is 6x, and the 3y that is different, we're just going to write at the end. F, looking for like terms, 6a and 5a. 6 plus 5 is 11a, and minus 3b plus 4b. Minus 3 plus 4. You can use your calculator for these negative numbers if you find them a bit confusing. Minus 3 plus 4 is a 1, but we don't write the 1 if it's in front of a letter, so just B. G. Now, constants can be like terms as well. So 12 minus 5 is 7, and 8p minus 3p is a positive 5p. H, x squared, x squared, x squared, they are all like terms. So this would be a 1. You can write the 1 if you'd like to see it there. 1 plus 4 is 5, minus 2 makes 3x squared. I, ab squared plus 4ab squared. They're both ab squareds. Remember that there would be a 1 in front of that, so that will make a 5ab squared. And lastly, 6xy minus 2yxy, that's an xy term as well, and 8yx, they are all like terms. So 6 minus 2, that's 4, plus 8 makes 12xy, and the 3y is different and sits out there on its own. All right, that's it for today.